Oh yeah. Can we hear that? All right, Bill Maher just finished. We're live. Bless up everyone locked in. Hope everyone, if you if you're here now or watching it on playback, hope everyone's happy, healthy, successful, winning in life, doing well every time. Let me lower this. We got the HBO. That might be a copyright thing. You know what I'm saying? Um. So yeah, there's a lot to go through tonight. There's going to be a lot to go through tonight. A lot. And I hope I don't snap tonight, but I might. So first, let's that was a good editorial by Bill. We should just do it that right off the jump. It's about Father's Day and like how males operate differently now in the modern age because they're less courageous. They have a lower self-esteem. And if you think about all the shows, what he was pointing out, what Bill was pointing out is, if you think about all the shows, all the dads are like doofuses. They're goofy. They're they just don't care about like their family. They're just deadbeats. They're all deadbeat dads. So think about every show, like um every sitcom, even when we were growing up in the 90s, or I was growing up, whoever's watching could be different. They were all just like kind of shitty deadbeat fathers, like married with children. Even though I think Al Bundy is one of the best characters in terms of comedy, but that's like the archetype. And they named other shows. I forgot all the shows he listed, but think about all the family sitcoms from the 90s. Yeah, he has a point. And that's why today all the this next generation of men growing up, it's a completely different environment for them. Now, could it be a complete overcorrection, or yes, it was shitty back in the day, what how the genders interacted? Of course, we all know this. That's well spoken about. You don't need my take on this. I agree. It was terrible. But now we just went so far to the other side that you have men, like Bill said, you have men that don't even know how to talk to a woman. They have no clue. They have no clue how to talk to a woman at all. Yeah, we'll get more into that now. We got the composition out. Um, all right, let's go Stanley Cup first. Then we have to talk about Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. We got to talk about Iran, Israel, and yeah, then we're gonna land serious minerals with Jeannie Buss selling the Lakers to the clouds. So Stanley Cup. Florida Panthers are a fucking wagon. This team. What am I doing this right? I'm just fixing my camera here. Um, this team is. I don't know how you beat this team. And at first, during their first run, I was very skeptical of how, because I didn't trust their leadership group, and I didn't trust the goaltending. But that was a mistake on my end. Hold my hand up. I was wrong. Just like that, I always say the when I talk about the Florida Panthers, who won the Stanley Cup, I talk about that scene from Happy Gilmore, goated movie. I was wrong. You were right. I'm stupid, you're smart, you're the best, I'm the worst. You're very good looking, I'm not very attractive. When Happy's talking to Chubbs, Carl Weathers. This is what we got going. This is it is a legitimate. I think if they go on another deep run, I'm not going to use the D word yet, but if they go on another run like that next year, even if they don't do the three-peat, they do the three-peat, it's over. But they're close. They're knocking on the door, I would say. Um, so yeah, and they're partying. The partying they're doing in Fort Lauderdale is hilarious. They got my man Big C's. Love that guy. One of the best fans, real fan. He was a season ticket holder, I believe, like 10 years ago, when no one even knew who the Florida Panthers were. They were good initially when the franchise started in the mid 90s, and then they were terrible for years, for like 20 years. Caesar was there though. Those are the real fans. Caesar's at the game all the time, and it was cool. It's cool to see him being celebrated. He's the like the most popular fan now, which is cool, and he deserves it. He's going through a lot in his personal life. That guy's the man. Yeah, Caesar. Big up Caesar every time. Great dude, fun guy, cool, and an OG legit Panthers fan. You can't chat to the C's. Can't chat to Big C's, baby. So yeah, what else? Marshawn is doing hilarious shit. He's trolling every organization in the NHL by thanking them for all the players that the Panthers acquired from their club. This guy is ridiculous. That's why he's the Rat King. He's the new Rat King. He took the crown from Kachuk, who happily gave it to him. He said it. There's an interview with Matthew Kachuk. We can pull it up here, I think, where he gave, he gave the title to Marshawn. He's the Rat King, and we all know where the Rat King came from. That's George R. R. Martin. Yeah, if you know, you know. What else Bill Maher will do at the end? What else do I want to talk about? Let's go to WNBA. The longest segment is going to be the BlueCo and TWG Global, the clowns. So let's do Caitlin Clark and Sophie. I know her name now. Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. What is wrong with these people that they don't understand why Caitlin Clark's presence in the league is going to be better for broadcasting rights. It's going to be better for sponsorship. It's going to be better for marketing. It's going to be better for ratings. It's going to put more money in your bank account. Why is she this in her second year professionally? Why is she still getting bullied? And I don't mind if it's a basketball play. If it's you're going for a layup and it's like a harder foul. Cool. All good. That's part of the game. I like that, actually. I think that's been lost a little bit in the NBA. Speaking for the Knicks, we'll talk about you know who in a little bit too. That's another thing. I got to remember that. I don't get why these people don't understand. Now, I know why they're jealous and I know why they dislike her. We can land facts on that one. I know why, but why don't you understand that it's beneficial for her to be around the league and on the team? Or not for Indiana. This is spectacular. We talked about it last week. She's good. She's a global phenomenon and put the that franchise on the map. Who knew? I didn't even know Indiana had a WNBA team until she got there. And this is someone that watches sports on a daily basis. So you have her rising the raising everyone's income is going to go way up because of her, but everyone is still jealous of her and they take cheap shots. Like I said before, if it's a basketball play, if it's a hard foul, that's part of basketball. That's how you play basketball. I played basketball when I was younger. I played all the way up until my back gave out when I was in my mid 30s, even rec league afterwards at the E. So I know the game. Hockey checking someone from behind and eye gouging them, that's not basketball. Caitlin Clark, in one play, she gets eye gouged, slapped in the face, and then gets hockey checked from behind by two separate players. What the fuck is going on here? Like this is it's like the Brett Favre the bounty game where the Saints and Sean Payton, who they all suffered their consequences for it. The New Orleans Saints were gonna pay players to purposely injure Brett Favre to get him out of the game. That's what it looks like. It's almost getting to that level. And I'm not even saying the coach is ordering the players to do it. I think the players themselves are just jealous and for other reasons, yeah, which I've mentioned before, for other reasons, they just can't stand that a a white heterosexual female from the Midwest from and that's very humble and it's just like she's like a small town farm girl. I believe she's from Des Moines, or is it Iowa City? It's one of those two. I think it's Des Moines. They don't like the fact that she's the best player in the league. So and it bothers me that if you want the league to reach a wider audience, which is going to be better for everyone, which is going to be better for the sponsorship. Yeah, like that part is just spoken for. Why are they taking some kind of a like vendetta? Where's the vendetta? Where's the origin of the vendetta? I know what it is. It's what I just said. And it's not fair to her because she's what I like about her is she doesn't get caught up in the game. She just plays basketball, wins games, and torches people. Now, what I said last week, let's address that. I take everything back. I said last week. Sophie Cunningham. I called her out. Now I know her name because of what she did yesterday. So no disrespect. I apologize to Sophie Cunningham. I called her out for her catwalks and her like Versace red carpet stuff. What she did to protect her teammate That's the kind of teammate that you want. She exemplified what it means to care and be a teammate. So, for anyone who doesn't know, she Caitlin Clark was getting cheap shotted all game long, and Caitlin is not the type of player that'll engage in like she'll stand up for herself, but she's not going to engage in like the scrums and the scuffles and stuff like that. She won't do it. Sophie Cunningham, who has a mixed martial arts background, which is awesome, and she's a professional. Oh, there he is, Brian. Brian, we're gonna talk about the clowns. You heard about the Lakers? Did you hear about the Lakers? Genie Bus selling to Walter Crisp, and BlueCo. Yeah, bless up, Brian in the chat. Yeah, no, I'll land it. You'll listen to it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll talk to I'll. But thanks for popping in. You'll see it. Now the clowns own the Lakers, the Dodgers, and Chelsea. They own all three. I can't believe Genie Bus, a family owned organization, sold to these fucking. I can't stand it. We'll get into it. You yeah. Yep. Walter, who's with the Meatloaf, as we all know, he's with the Meatloaf. TWG Global with BlueCo and Clear Lake. We'll talk about it. We'll talk. You'll see the rest of the stream later, but we'll talk about it. It's fucking it pisses me off. But we're gonna land it. We're gonna expose some things. Yeah, big up Brian. Salute. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you once when Johnny goes live again. I'll see you in the chat. So back to the Caitlin Clark. We're talking about the king, and we're gonna talk about Dolan and Tom Thibodeau. Who sacked Tom Thibodeau? It wasn't the general manager. It wasn't Rose. Who did it? How many coaches do the Knicks need? It's not the players. We haven't won in like I've said this over and over again. We've won in like 53. We haven't won in 53 years. And since the Rungan came in, Big Daddy, the Rangers and the Knicks have won fuck all. It's not the coaches. It's not the middle management, the general managers. It's not the players. There's one constant. For the last 27, 28 now, 28 years. There's one constant. But I'm getting sidetracked. So back to Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham, big up. Muay Thai background. She put her in like a or like a TKD. It's either TKD or Muay Thai, but she's a black belt. And she put her in like the headlock. And I was like, that's a woman that's been training. She knows what she's doing. She's a genuine black belt. The girl that eye gouged Caitlin, she gave her like a bear hug foul when she was going up for a layup on the fast break, and then she put her in like the headlock. And you could tell it's like that's not it's not like a normal scuffle. Like she knew what she was doing. She's trained. Big of Sophie and then as a result of sticking up for Caitlin, Sophie's she has like 300 million, or not 300, 3 million more likes on her post, and she gained like 500,000 followers on her socials in like 2 days, just because. But big up to her. I take back everything I said about her, because I thought she was just one of those, oh, I just want to be a celebrity, reality star, fashion model players. Nah, she landed it. She was like, enough is enough. If the referees are not going to do anything, if the league is not going to do anything, then I'm going to do something about it. Yeah, and if you want to fight, I'll kick your head off your body, right off your shoulders. Because guess what? I'm a black belt martial artist. How about that? You wanna go? Let's go. Whew. Sophie, to prove me wrong, change my entire opinion of her. Salute. Um, Now let's get to the wrongins. Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Lakers, which has been in the well, she was the majority owner. She said she's going to stay on as governor, but she sold her entire stake of the Lakers for $10 billion to Mark Walter and TWG Global Holdings. Let's examine those two things. So TWG Holdings is, obviously, we already know what it is. Private equity. Mark Walter is the CEO. Let's just pull it up. Let's do it. It's just let's just fucking do it. And guess who's partners with Mark Walter? Meatloaf, Todd Bowley. Yeah. TWG Global. Fuck's sake. And guess what they own? The Dodgers in a company called BlueCo with So BlueCo, let me parse it out for you. BlueCo is TWG, Bowley, Walter, and yeah, look at this guy. Mark Walter, Todd Bowley, in 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 conjunction with, in partnership with, Clear Lake Capital, Ekbali, Feliciano, and Weiss. Those guys. So that's BlueCo. BlueCo is a combination of TWG and Clear Lake Capital together in partnership. TWG itself was founded by, Mark Walter, does he own the Guggenheim too? Damn, he does. Or he's Guggenheim Partners. So there's what's Guggenheim Partners? Let's look at it. Guggenheim Partners is the museum, yeah. Financial service, yeah, of course. It's not the museum. I'm sorry. The Guggenheim is also the name of a museum in the Upper East Side in New York City. There has to be relation to it. Yep, Guggenheim family, Mark Walter. This is their reach is just ridiculous. Yeah, investment banking, asset management, capital markets. Fuck off. That's what it is. So to summarize, TWG now owns most of the Lakers. And apparently, the Bus family, which has owned it for I think 50 years at this point, when it's a family-owned business, now is owned by a financial consortium comprised of Walter and Todd Bowley, who also under BlueCo with Clear Lake own the Dodgers, Strasbourg in France, and Chelsea Football Club. Why did Jeannie Buss do this? She's also dating Jay Moore, which is what a jackpot Jay Moore had. You know how rich Jeannie Buss is, especially now, but she's sold out, man. She's sold out to for the pound note instead of keeping the Lakers in the Buss family. She sold out for the pound note. Now, why? We need to do more research, and I need to dig them a little bit deeper. But initially, the reason, which I don't believe, is the Lakers were cash poor, so their valuation is high, but they didn't have cash on hand. I don't believe that. The Lakers are probably a top 10 most recognizable and profitable franchises in all of global sports, regardless of the sport. She sold it because now she's getting $10 billion. $10 billion, That has to be a record of some kind. It has to. But you know what's going to happen to the Lakers? The Lakers are absolutely finished now. All they're going to do, they're going to gut out the entire team. They're going to fire all the concession people. They're going to fire the training staff. They're going to fire all the people that work in ticketing and administration. They're just going to gut everything out. Put in yes men everywhere. LeBron is finished. He might as well just retire now or request a trade to another team because they're not going to care about winning. All they want to do is make money, profit, maximize profit, monetize content. So now all they're going to do is they're going to want young, attractive, trendy, in vogue players that fit their model, which is they're all going to be fashion models. They're all going to be, it's all going to be about sponsorships and marketing and social media content. They're going to have the players and the cheerleaders dancing on TikTok and all this shit. The Lakers are not winning a championship under this ownership. They won't. You heard it here first. We got the receipt now. They won't win because these people, the clowns, have no interest in winning. It's all they're going to turn them into like Hollywood, but it's like the Hollywood Foreign Press, and you know who owns the Hollywood Foreign Press. So it's a shit show now. And they have the Dodgers, so they basically have Los Angeles on lock because I think they have the WNBA team. Speaking of the WNBA, I think they have the WNBA team as well. Then they have Strasbourg and Chelsea. They have Los Angeles professional sports on lockdown. And the only reason the Dodgers are good and are winning titles is because baseball allows for that model. You can go out and spend $1 billion on one player. They spent over $1 billion. The Dodgers spent over $1 billion on getting, I think, the what's his name, Yamamoto and Otani. 1 billion if you combine like the fees and the contracts and everything. Two players cost over $1 billion. But you can do that in baseball because there's no sustainability rules like there is in European soccer. There's no salary cap like there is in the NBA and the NHL and NFL. So you can do that. Their model works for baseball because they can go to the free agents and give out an $800 million contract for one player. They can do it. Then give out an $800 million contract for two players. You spent 1.6 billion on two players. They could do it if they wanted to. They could easily. So now the Lakers are absolutely finished. And then you're going to see some wild PR shit. You're going to see some wild social media directives. You're going to see the Lakers are going to become a circus. Watch. They're good. It's like not Jerry Buss when he initially brought the when he bought the team, he wanted to be an entertaining, like exciting product, but he also wanted to desperately win trophies. I think that show, the HBO show, portrayed it in a good way. You could tell Jerry Buss was like, none of this matters. We need to win titles. And the Lakers ended up doing well. In the 80s, the Lakers, it was either the Lakers or the Celtics. Now it's just all about streamline, synergy, business valuation. That's what it's going to be. It's the Lakers have now become, they're not a basketball team anymore. They're a financial asset. It's done. And I can't believe, I'm very disappointed in Jeannie Buss that she did that when her family has, the Lakers have been owned by her family since like 1979. And she's sold out for the pound now. I can't stand this shit, man. This financial private equity hedge fund takeover of sports. It's over. It's they've they control, they have the majority control over the food industry, the farming industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the entertainment industry, and now they're taking over sports. It's fucked. It's fucked up. But there's still time for football. I think American sports is gone. This is too far gone. You just have to accept it now, which sucks because I hate surrendering. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna still land it every day. But in terms of football, soccer, there's still time. There's still time right now to reverse this and save football. There's still time. Because once they get majority ownership in in all the major European leagues, where they can vote to make like rule changes and policy changes, that's when it's gone. The fans still have power. Look at the Club World Cup, where the fans, we talked about this last week, where the fans were like, I'm not paying $400 a ticket for this game. Get the fuck out of here. But and then they had to drop, and then FIFA was disappointed because they thought everyone was just going to be, it's insulting that they think this. That's what I want everyone to know. These people are taking the piss out of you. They're insulting your intelligence and thinking, yeah, I'll just wait, you, I'm going to do whatever you want. You say jump, tell me how high to jump. That's what they're doing. And they think they can get away with this because they're arrogant pricks. It's fucking, I can't stand them. So, Genie, bad decision. I understand. It's not lost on me. I understand why someone offers you $10 billion. That's really hard to turn down. I get that part. That part I get. But also, Genie was already mad rich from the Lakers being successful for decades and decades, and she inherited the team. Or I think he named her the owner before that. But there's unnecessary. Like, how much money do you really need? Sorry. I gotta. I'm adjusting my seat here. It's just shitty. It's just really shitty. All right, and now let's get into Bill Maher, and then we'll wrap up. But yeah, but one more thing before we leave the NBA. I've been through this. I've seen this. I'm getting PTSD. Tom Thibodeau. We touched on it a little bit last week. Who sacked him? Who did it? With no plan B, because the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Now, that's like, all right, I'm going to give you an analogy here. This is like me going, like, breaking up with a girlfriend. So I'm doing this from a heterosexual male point of view, but it can apply to any relationship. I break up with my partner. I go to the bar and I see a couple there together. And they're having a good time. You could tell the chemistry's there. Everyone's having fun. And I go up to the dude and say, "Yo, do you mind if I talk to your girl for 2 hours? You go take a hike. I'm gonna go on a date with your girl for a while and see if she likes me." And then that's what the Knicks did. They they fired their coach, and then they went to like 6 different teams, successful teams that are happy with the coaching staff, and try to poach their coach. That was the plan. You know who came up with that plan? Yeah, yeah. Indiana Jones, the wannabe Indiana Jones. Let's show him. I don't have my phone. My phone's somewhere else. Ooh, I wish I had it. I can find it somewhere. I see it right there. Fuck. Guy thinks he's Indiana Jones now. Everyone knows who I'm talking about right now. Yeah, but I want to show him. These guys are wrong, dude. The wannabe Indiana Jones, the silver spoon, Big Daddy Bollocks. That was your plan. And then people were shocked. They'd be like, "Oh, it wasn't the G. What's his name? The GM Rose, I believe his name is." Yeah, of course it wasn't him. Of course we know who it is. Same guy that fired the entire Rangers uh, management, president, CEO, and general manager because of the Tom Wilson Artemi Panarin incident. Because one guy bullied our team, he fired the entire organization. The right below him. What the fuck is this? What are we doing here? And now oh god, man, trading away all of our players. The Rangers are a mess right now, and it's one man. There's one guy that's responsible, and the board that's with him. There's more than, it's not just one individual. It's MSG Sports Corporation as well. Do it. Take down the stream. You know it's true. Nothing I said was not factual. How many coaches are we going to have? And when I say we, I mean both the Knicks and the Rangers. How many coaches are we going to have we had the last 28 years? How many? It's not the coach's fault. How many players we've had? Hundreds. General managers, probably like 10. Considering both, probably like 10 to 12. Who gave Isaiah Thomas all that power? And embarrassed us for years. And it took years to undo that. Who did it? Who did it? It's just everyone needs to wake the fuck up. We need to start, as the Club World Cup has shown. Stop buying merchandise. Stop following the social media. Stop going to the game, and they will have to make a change. They'll have no choice. The board and him will have no choice. You have power. The fans have power. More than you realize. And if anyone takes anything away from my channel, that's the main message I have. You, as a fan and a supporter of your club or team, you have power. Don't just think, well, I can't do anything, so fuck it. Nah, you have power. All right, the editorial. All right, let's do. Let's do Bill Maher real quick. He actually made a joke about the Dodgers. Funny enough, ICE raided Dodger Stadium. That's fucking crazy. Let me go back to my immigration from last week. I'm not saying that these people will only do jobs that no one will do. That's not really how I meant it. What I meant was there's nothing dishonorable about the jobs they do. They're hardworking people that are doing jobs that no one really wants to do. And that's a good thing because it allows them to achieve their dreams and provide for their family and advance their lives and help the second generation or the following generations. That's why it's important. Leave them alone. Why are you raiding a baseball stadium and removing people? That's ridiculous, dude. All these people want to do is put in a hard day's work, make an honest living, provide for their family, and better their lives. What the hell is wrong with that? That's what America is. So Bill made a joke about that. He's taking a month off too, which sucks. So there's no real time for a month, so we can actually go live. We'll go live and do SmackDown watch-alongs for the next month. Then the panel was a Republican senator from Texas, Wesley Hunt, and Paul Bagata from CNN. And they talked about, go check out the Drax Life if you want to see this. Should the U.S. get involved in the Iran-Israel conflict? Yeah, I don't think you'll hear all of our takes on that on the other channel, because if I start talking about this, it's going to be another 45 minutes. And go to Corvo's channel, go to Drax Life, DRAXX Life, subscribe, put a comment in, do your thing, support the channel, and go to his website. Go to his Drax Life website. There's this today was a good conversation. I believe the episode is up already. I might put it down in the description after this. I should. And the veterans, they were talking about veterans and how we're not really taking care of our veterans, which is I would agree with. But the service numbers are going up now, which is a good point that Corvo made, where now maybe we're entering into another generation where there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people that go abroad and are fighting a conflict, and then they come back, and then now they're either there's mental health issues or they I mean, I'm not even going to say anything else, but basically that you guys know what I'm alluding to. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are going to be going over, and then it's another generation like the Vietnam War generation, the Iraq Afghanistan generation. Yeah. And then the veterans, when they come back, they just get tossed aside and no one cares about them. It's like, hey, thanks for your service. You need health care? Nah. You're good. Go get a job. And oh yeah, you're having nightmares and your brain is literally fucked up. Oh well. Fuck's sake. And then lastly, the editorial by Bill. Yeah, it's about, I alluded to it earlier. It's we're creating a culture where men are like weak. They're weak. They're timid. They're and like I said, like in the past, yes, in terms of the balance between I would say the equality between the genders. Of course, yeah, we know that. I agree with. I support. Like I always say, I support everyone. I want women to be. I want women, men, however you identify yourself in any way, in any walk of life, of any ethnicity or background or where you grew up. I want everyone to be happy, healthy, doing well, being successful, winning in life. It does it. I back everybody. But we've created a generation of men with like all these shaming things that are, and Bill says it more eloquently than I do, that are weaker, timid, meek, shy, and the irony there is women actually like men that are very confident and like assured of themselves. But now we're creating a culture of men that just stay home and play video games and talk to AI robots. That's what's happening. It's dangerous, dude. The young 20-year-old men at the bar now don't know how to talk to a woman. And it goes vice versa too. Whatever you're into, it doesn't matter. People in general don't know how to communicate with each other in person. They can't do it. It's all texting. No one makes phone calls anymore. It's all DMs and text messages and like AI chat GPT shit. It's sad, man. It's sad. So the one thing I would say, like I'm in my late 30s. At least I was on both sides. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 18, 19. I didn't even have internet. There was no internet until I was in high school. The internet existed. I didn't have it though. I didn't have access to the internet until I was 14 years old. Now you got kids that are 7 years old with iPhones. This is nuts, dude. So yeah, that it's a good point. You should check out Bill Maher's. It's basically like the reason why he brought that up is because of Father's Day, and now, which is why I said all the shows in the 90s is like the goofy dumb dad is coming true. That was his point. All those sitcoms where the dad is just like a deadbeat that just sits on the couch and watches TV all day and doesn't really know how to raise his kids while the mother has to do everything, and she's dominating. She's running the family because the father is just useless. That's coming true now. All right, everyone. That's it for me. We're gonna sign off. I'll be back next week, but we're gonna be back earlier because we'll do the last hour of SmackDown, and Bill Maher is gonna be gone for a while. That sucks. I didn't know that he announced it tonight, but we'll be back next week around earlier, like 10ish, and we'll watch along the last hour of SmackDown, and then we'll get into whatever's going on in the sports world. So everyone have a good night. Salute. I'll see you next week.